I am that I am echoes in my head. Shell of the creator spiritually bled. In tune with science, bout shine a light while bright. Do my best to improve sight, knowing that my words vibrate the cranium, penetrating mental lobes, impacting, training them, inspire them. Act, deed, balance, thought. To be true to self, reach goal to sought. Breathe sub extents to activate your eye. Entertaining my maintaining flow be my cry. Each one, lift one, never verbal poison one. For a sake of reconcile line front to everyone in game. Heads we think ways define. I'm so far ahead, looks like I'm behind, one of a kind, in tune with source matter fact. This carnation done, don't have to come back. Peace and blessings. What I just the verse that I just breathed, because a lot of people say spit. I think that's vulgar, so I breathe fire. That I just did was from one of my songs, original pieces called Evolution. And the reason I started this post with that, it's about evolution and understanding of self. And the operative word for today is power. And this post is entitled Power. Feel the power. It's within you. As I do this post, the events of today showing people storming the Capitol building and doing the damage that they've done, as well as the events of Mr. Trump in trying to overturn the election, as well as legislators siding with Mr. Trump in the assertions of voter fraud, widespread voter fraud. All of it is about power. And I'm using that as an example because it's not about smashing on them, because I'm going to bring it back to us. It's about the individual self, myself, everyone that's paying attention and watching this post. But it's the power that people in this context keeping consistent, power that people are perceiving that they're losing. Mr. Trump is perceiving he's losing power because of no longer being the president. So you may not no longer be in an office or in a position, but if you truly understand that you're not losing anything if you're in harmony with it. So his actions are in reference, like I said, to losing power, and the other examples that I gave are the individuals. So specifically, when I say the power, feel the power, and it's within you, we've been miseducated to think that what makes us whole and makes us complete is outside of us. When we quote seek God, we pray to God, we pray, people look up in the sky and they're praying to something or an entity or an energy that's outside of them, not understanding that it's within, that you must go to be in harmony and connect with power. And that power that people are perceiving that they are losing. If I use the example of the people storming the Capitol, they're like, you will not steal the election from me, meaning you will not take my power from me, or you will not remove that which I worship, which is Mr. Trump, from us. You will not remove him. He's the power source in their minds. So they're not understanding that but would complete them, which will satisfy them, or the power within themselves is already here. They just need to learn how to tap within it. If I now shift from them and the actions of today and of the last few weeks and period of time leading up to this and focus on us, the individual, I said it in a previous post in terms of love and trying to attach yourself to an individual for the sake of they're taking love. They split from me, so now I am lost. I don't have love within me, and I spoke about it being inside of self. And it's again with the power. Because if God is within you, as is what's said in the scriptures, then that means the power is within you. So how do we get into harmony with the power within us? It's being still. When I say being still, I don't mean like don't do anything and let life pass you by. But what I'm saying is being in harmony with that. So it comes with breathing. It's regulating your breathing and it's teaching yourself how to breathe. And a simple exercise to do is just deep breathing. Take time, start with doing it for 2 minutes, start doing 5 minutes, and you turn everything off meaning your devices, the TV, other things that could be distracting to you, and just do your deep breathing. Close your eyes, relax. Through your nostrils, pot belly breathing, your stomach should expand. Breathe out your nose. In, out, in, out. And as you continue to practice, you get more proficient in it, with it, and you'll be able to expand more in air and breathe out more air, and not forcefully. It'll become rhythmic, and you'll find your body relaxing. And as you become more in tune with that which you're doing, you can feel the air going into your body. You can feel it bathing your brain, washing away the toxins of what you've taken in spiritually and mentally throughout the day, and breathing it out and ridding yourself of the toxins. This helps you to start focusing within, getting in harmony with the force and the power that's within. Now, an analogy I can use would be for my athletes out there when they talk about being in the zone. Because what's the purpose of doing this if there's no application to it? So athletically, it's the zone. If you ever played sports, specifically basketball, and you're playing the game and you're shooting and you don't miss, it's like there's no one else around you, or you see the people, you're moving in slow motion while they're running around at regular speed, but you're moving in slow motion to you, but yet every move that you make is the correct move. Every shot seemingly that you put up goes in the basket. The basket, instead of being the regulation size, seems to be bigger, like you can't miss, like you are one with the basket. That's called being in the zone. And you can make the same analogy or similar analogies in other sports. And that actually, when that is happening, your breathing is actually regulated. It is rhythmic. It's not forced. It's not rushed. So what I'm teaching at this moment, educating you on, is how to do it instead of haphazardly going in and out of the zone when it happens in sports. You can actually have yourself be that in that state, or what we call walking meditation, all the time. Meaning that when things are happening, so if I use basketball as an example, and I like that because of its dynamics. So it's a lot of things happening. You may plan for it, but when you're in the midst of the game, whatever you plan for, the scenario changes and you must adjust. Well, in life, when you're going out, you may plan to have a great day, but things happen and it causes you to get emotional. It causes different energy flows within you. And I'm saying energy, but we will call it emotion, but it's actually energy. So energy is supposed to be free flowing. You take it in, you use it, you release it. How do you release it? You regulate your breathing so it can release. Energy that is held on to too long becomes toxic to your system, and it causes disease. So it will start through your spirit, germinate in your mental, and then physically be manifested in your physical. So when you get a headache, because you're thinking about things, you're tense, your body, it goes through your mental, from your spirit, bam, you have a physical headache. That would be one example. So by learning to get into walking meditation, meaning to regulate your breathing, as you come across scenarios or situations that cause you angst, that cause you to start to get agitated and emotional, if you practice your breathing just the simple way that I just showed you, what will then happen? Well, you will automatically, bam, start your breathing, because any emotion that you have, be it laughter to sadness, changes your breathing. When you get upset, your breathing gets shorter, which then that's the holding on to the energy, which then that gets you amped, and then you feel yourself get tense, and so on. And then you have to take some more, you tend to take an over-counter medicine, because when you take the aspirin or anything else, actually all that does is relax you, regulates your breathing, and then you feel better. It releases the energy. So wouldn't it make sense to learn to do that without having to take something chemical to do such? Or some people drink. That relaxes you. Same process. Some people smoke cigarettes or whatever, and all that does the same process, but then there are other residual effects that happen with each of these substances. So breathing can be those things, be the tool that you use to get you to the state that you want, which is relaxation. So when you get start feeling yourself getting agitated, and if you've been practicing your breathing, you would automatically start breathing, the deep breathing in the midst of it, and then you would actually relax and you will be able to address the situation better, be it with solutions verbally, answers, or knowing I need to walk away. But it'll be beneficial to you. That's what I mean by like a walking state of meditation. Or if it suits you better, advanced breathing practices. Because now some people say, well, you have to learn to manage stress. No, the thing, you don't want to manage something that is not good for you. What you want to do is not have it. So what it is focusing on your wellness, your well-being, and focusing on mastering breath. Be a breathing master. Walking meditation. Or just I'm focusing on breathing. And again, going back lastly, as I go with my athletes, when something goes down, what do people tell you? Breathe. Breathe. All right, take a couple of deep breaths. Well, that's all the process that I'm talking to you about. So if you practice that, you'll start with 5 minutes. You'll start getting good with it. And then you'll find time to learn how to do it more. Driving in your car, going from point A to B. Practice your breathing. When you're watching TV, watching your favorite show or movie, practice your breathing. Reading your favorite, whatever you're reading, practice your breathing. So you'll find time to do it, and you will get proficient with it. And actually, it's healthy. It's more beneficial for you because now you're taking in oxygen in your lungs, and your body needs oxygen. So you'll be able to take in more, which is also beneficial and healthy for you. All right? So feel the power. It's within you. So let's take these lemons that we're watching and the angst of people who feel that power is being taken away from them, as I started with the example of culminating in today's activities in Washington. And let's learn from it and understand that no one can really take the power from you unless you give them the power in the first place. And no one can take the power from you if you're tapped into what is actually true power, which is within you, because that other power is illusionary. All right, Hotep, peace and blessings. Be well. Go outside, get some vitamin D. Laugh a lot. Wakanda forever.